then go to hello.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Lesley and with Corey.
Hello everybody.
Unlocking Your Talk Show is Unlocking Your Truth is a talk show about metaphysics and spirituality. And every week we usually have a discussion topic. At the moment and tonight, we are going to dedicate the entire show to doing readings for our live listeners. And so we had a lot of fun doing that last week, and we are going to be doing that again today. I'd just like to spend a couple of minutes beginning with a very, very short meditation, and I'll explain why. So whenever I do a psychic reading, I always meditate beforehand because we want to set a very powerful and strong and grounded energy. So I hope all of you that are joining us live on the Awaken Your Psychic Abilities Facebook group and on the YouTube channel will do that. And even if you're listening later on CIVL, because we do broadcast on terrestrial radio on CIVL on 101.7 FM across the Fraser Valley, or even if you're listening because you are watching on my website on the back episodes of the podcasts on the website, then please join in this very short meditation just to get us all in the mood. So I invite you all to sit with your feet flat on the floor and close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And as you're focusing on the breath, then just tune into you, tune into your physical body. And notice what is going on for you. Maybe you're having a good day, maybe you're having a bad day. And what we're going to do is we're going to get grounded. So be aware of an energy center near the base of your spine and create an energy flow that goes from there all the way to the center of the earth. And allow yourself to anchor that energy cord, and also be aware that this is an energy flow. So you are releasing energy from that place near the base of your spine all the way to the center of the earth. And this does a couple of things. It helps you, the high vibration spiritual consciousness, come in and be present within the body. You have a high vibration and your body is much denser. So it helps bring those two together. But the other miraculous thing that it does is it helps you release and let go of things that you don't want. So if you are having a bad day, and if you're suffering from pain, whether it's emotional, physical, mental pain, then you can simply send that pain down your grounding cord to the center of the earth. And I'm sure lots of you saw that we're doing psychic readings and you've all got questions, and maybe the questions are about challenges and disturbing things that are happening for you. And so this gives you a technique, a way of coping with that challenge in your reality. It brings you into your body so that you can be in charge. And it gives you a way of releasing and letting go of your pain. And I'm going to give you one more technique before we get going. And that is to place your conscious awareness in the center of your head. If you place your conscious awareness in the center of your head, and I invite you to do that right now, then it will do a couple of things. One, it will stimulate your clairvoyance, so you can start to tap into your own intuition. But number two, it will allow you to be neutral so that you can be in the eye of the storm. So again, if you're in a challenging situation, if you're suffering in any way, then you can place your consciousness here in the center of your head. And you can be clear, you can be neutral, you can be above the emotions and apart from the negative mental energies. So I invite you all to just take another moment, settling there in the center of your head and releasing energy down, your grounding. And this also helps us create a safe space for everyone to participate. A grounded space is a safe space. A grounded group is a safe group. And so let your presence be a healing presence by remaining grounded throughout our time together, and also by remaining centered. And in that way, you can receive the information from neutral, and you can also measure what comes up against your own intuitive insight. So once again, be in the center of your head and be releasing energy down, your grounding. The other thing that grounding does is it makes you strong. It makes you strong because it helps you be in charge of your energy and in charge of your reality. So everyone, now that you're grounded and centered, I invite you to open your eyes and we will take questions from the live audience this evening.
Yes, we shall do that from our live audience. And our first question is from Weiss. And this is Vislava. Sleeping is a problem for me. Would you say it's my chronic issue, or is it in congruence with collective astrological disturbances? Thank you.
I'd be happy to look at that for you, Vislava. And I will say that there definitely are collective disturbances right now to an enormous degree, which is one of the reasons why I had us all to ground and center at the beginning of the show. I think that the world the polarization in the world is getting more acute, and people are being faced with their deepest disturbances and challenges, and they're being invited to make a choice, to heal or not heal, to stand in the light or not to stand in the light. So there is a lot of disturbance in the collective human consciousness because of that. You see that reflected in some of the things going on in the world right now. But now let's look at this for you specifically. So give me a moment and I'll tune into you. Well, I see a lot of activity in your head. So I think part of it might be that you are thinking a lot, or there's a lot going on in your mind that is keeping you active. And it looks like problem solving that you're in the zone of problem solving. You know, what can I do about this and what can I do about that? And also problem solving as it comes to the collective consciousness. You know, my goodness, look at all of this, and you know, I hope it turns out all right, and what, you know, what can we do and what can I do? So I'm just saying it's hard for you to turn off your mind. So it's a combination of what you've called your chronic issue and the human consciousness, the energy that is pervading our reality right now. So what can you do about it? If you can do what we did at the beginning and ground and center, that might separate you from your busy mind. And you could also imagine yourself in a calming blue light, or any other vibration that you find particularly soothing and calming. You can even put yourself into a sleep chamber that's filled with that calming, soothing vibration. So I recommend you try that, and good luck when you go to sleep tonight.
Interesting. Next one is from SG. SG says, hello, I'm enrolled in a free coding program last year and want to go back soon. I'm wondering if this is a good school for me to stay with, or should I look for another coding program? Although this one doesn't have financial aid, I can't afford it. However, should I look for a different school that has aid?
Is it coding spelled C-O-D-I-N-G?
Yes, coding, yes.
Okay.
I take it it's computerization type stuff.
Well, pursuing the idea of coding looks good. And the school that you're already enrolled in versus another school. Well, it looks like there are better schools, but if your concern is about how much it costs, then I think that you'll find the one that you're enrolled in is probably a good choice because you can afford it. So
sorry, it's medical coding, Dr. Lesley.
It's medical coding, that's all right. I was just looking at the idea of coding. I'll see if that changes anything. Yeah, I'm seeing that there are better schools, but that whether there's the whole combination of things that you're looking for, I think sticking with the one that you're enrolled in looks fine.
Is that it for that question?
Yes.
Excuse me. This is from Legia. She says, hi there. Her job is chaotic right now. I applied for a new job. Do you see me getting this job?
Okay, that's a future time question. And of course, you create your reality by the energy that you are now. And a future time, an answer to a future time question is matched to the energy that you are now. So if you change your energy tomorrow, the answer might change. And that's good news because it puts you in the driver's seat of your reality. But I will take a look. I do see you moving from chaos to something that feels clearer. I don't know if this job is, what I see you doing is almost like changing direction by about 90 degrees. So you're headed in that direction, it's all chaotic, and then you turn 90 degrees and the energy feels better. So, I mean, whether that's a job that's a bit different but a bit related. I don't know if the job that you've applied for is a bit different but a bit related. But to me, it looks like the idea of making a change like that is positive and likely to happen. And so if it isn't this job, it could be another job, but it looks good to me. That completes that answer.
Okay. Excuse me. Next one's from Anderini. She says, am I on the right path to create my abundance?
Okay, let's take a look, Anderini. Well, I want to say the short answer is yes, but we'll give you a slightly longer answer. Because there's a long and a short of it. So of course you're on the right path to create your abundance. You're on your path and there's no other path that you can be on. You can be out of alignment with your path or in alignment. I'm seeing that you're in alignment. But it's almost like you've got a choice for that to happen faster or slower, depending on you. And so let's take a look at what's affecting this. One thing that's affecting it is how much you believe in yourself versus how much you doubt or don't believe in yourself. So the more you believe in yourself, the faster you become an attraction point for abundance. The other relates to listening to your own higher being, your own intuition, because I'm seeing that it's got good guidance for you, but you're not always listening to it. So sometimes you get distracted and bogged down and in your intellect and weighing the pros and cons of things and feeling like you're perhaps in a stuck or untenable situation when all you have to do is tune into your own higher guidance and it's always there for you. So I'm seeing, the short answer is yes. And the long answer is the more you believe in yourself, the more you connect with your own higher guidance, then the easier that path becomes. I hope that helps, Anderini.
Hey, wonderful. And that's it for this segment. We're going to go for a break.
See you shortly, everyone. Welcome back. Listeners, you're tuning in to Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Lesley and with Corey. And this week, we are dedicating the whole show to doing mini psychic readings for our live audience. And so on to the next.
Well, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah, the questions are coming in fast and furious. And this is from Bianca. Bianca says, are there any particular modalities that I should explore to open my spiritual gifts? Or do you see anything around what those might be? Thank you so much.
Well, often when people talk about modalities, they're talking about healing modalities. And I just think of a modality as a method or a technique or a protocol or a process. So if you're looking to open your, did she use the word gifts or psychic abilities? What was her exact term?
I think her term was gifts. Let me see here, spiritual gifts.
Spiritual gifts, okay. Well, let's take a look at what comes up. because your spiritual gifts are part of who you are. And so the more that you are keeping your energy clear, the more that you are able to connect with your own higher being and tune into your intuition, then the more that you can be in touch with your gifts. But let's see if anything comes up about a particular modality. Well, actually, this isn't a modality, but it is a sort of a tool or a technique. I'm seeing journaling. I'm seeing journaling coming up as an idea for you to have a conversation with your higher self. I'll see if anything else comes up. You know, and as a cool way for you to get in touch with your own higher guidance. To me, it does look like you're potentially interested in healing, because you're showing me this idea of looking at your hands like this. So, and feeling cut off from your hands. So it's either healing or ability to create. And it's sort of like, I don't know how to connect my higher being with what I'm creating or what's coming through me. And so meditation, just meditation and journaling, really. So it's not coming up, oh, go and learn this modality or go and learn that modality. What's coming up is tune into yourself, tune into your higher being, clear out what's in between you and that. That's my answer.
I'm sticking to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in 1 second. Next question is from Brian. Brian says, I wonder if you could tell me what is going on energetically within my body. It feels as if the energy is unbalanced. One side of my body feels as if it's energized or overstimulated, is what it feels like. Almost like excitement. I'm not sure what's causing it.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do see a difference on one side versus the other. And I think you're looking at your male-female energy balance. We all have male and female energy within us. And so if we're in a male body, we've still got female energy. If we're in a female body, we've still got male energy. We have both. It's part of the duality. In the Eastern philosophy, it's called yin and yang, right? So I'm seeing that one is sort of powerfully stimulated and the other is almost dormant or asleep. And so I want to say, sometimes I get kind of reversed around when I'm looking at somebody. So to me, it looks like the female energy that's excited and switched on, and the male energy that isn't. But my intellect is questioning that, because I would think that, you know, the male energy is more active and the female energy is more receptive. But it looks like, I'm going to give you a little quick healing on the side that's inactive just to see what happens. But it looks like there's a very depressed energy over it. Very depressed, closed in, invalidated. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could come for a longer reading on that if you wanted to, Brian, because it looks like it probably would take a little bit of time to tease that apart. But the short answer is, it's your male-female energy balance, and your male energy, for some reason, is feeling very invalidated and put down. And it reminds me in a big picture way of what's going on the planet with, you know, it's kind of like the end of patriarchy, isn't it? And so we're rebalancing the male and female energy of the planet within the species. And so, you know, there is a lot of invalidation with regarding the male energy at the moment as that rebalancing is taking place. It's sort of like a seesaw that in order to rebalance goes a bit over and then needs to come back. So it just feels like somehow your polarity within yourself of what has permission and what doesn't have permission to run is coming up, and there's something to do with your male energy that is somehow feeling unaccepted or unacceptable, and so it's all toned down. And so, yeah, if you want to explore that further, you know where I am. But it looks like just some healing work on your male energy vibration would help. So I hope that helps for now.
Wonderful. So just a quick note for all the people out here for the first time. We broadcast or we're taping both on Facebook and on YouTube. So I jump back and forth between questions on YouTube and on Facebook if you're wondering where the questions are coming from. And this is from Katie. Katie says, I have been working on manifesting work-life balance and being happy with my job again. There are some upcoming changes at work that are unclear and out of my control. I have chosen to go with the flow and not stress about it. I hope this is part of the process of manifesting. Can you please tell me about my career outlook for this year?
Okay, that's a future time question as well. And you create your reality. So your reality isn't something that happens to you and that's done to you. It's created by you. So the answer to that question it really is read on the basis of, well, what are you putting out right now? Because you're going to get right back what you're putting out, really. But we'll take a look. So some changes are happening that are outside of your control. Well, what comes up to say is when one door shuts, another door opens. So I do see a door being shut. And I don't know that it's necessarily losing your job, but it might be part of what you've been doing is changes. So, but I do see that there is a path forward for you. And it looks like it might feel for a little while like a path in the wilderness, but that it is leading to something that will feel more, I don't know, permanent, tangible, solid, and aligned. So yeah, the cogs are turning and there's lots of shifting going on for people. And so I'm just seeing that in a way we're all a little bit on quicksand at the moment as the planet shifts and we rearrange ourselves. And so I'm just seeing that that's part of what's going on pretty much for everyone right now. But it looks to me that it would turn out all right in the end for you. But like I said, you create your own reality. So it is ultimately down to you. Okie dokie.
Wonderful. And this is from Maya. Maya says, hi, Lesley. I had a reading from you back a few years ago. One thing that I remember most till today is my solar plexus chakra is blocked. Therefore, the men I tend to meet are either financially broke or physically not well. I'm wondering if my chakra in this part is healed by now. Thanks.
Oh, well, 3 years is a long time. I'm sure things have changed since then, hopefully, but let's take a look. Well, you're showing me a whole bunch of pictures that relate to how you're operating your third chakra. One of them is a shield, like I need to protect myself from what's out there. And the other is like Wonder Woman. You know, nobody's going to make a fool out of me. And so there's all of this protection and not exactly aggression, but standing up for yourself. And so I'm seeing that that sets up a particular vibe. And so if somebody's holding up a shield, it means they're believing that there's something coming to attack them. If somebody's standing poised with their spear, you know, in a way, same thing. So I'm seeing that what you're attracting is matching your expectation of what you're going to get. So if you can let go of the protective stance, the defensive stance, and I'm seeing that scary for you to do that. You're going, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be hurt, so I need to protect myself from being hurt. But I'm seeing as long as you adopt that energy configuration, then you're going to attract things to protect yourself from. You're going to attract, you know, situations that potentially are hurtful. So probably not what you want to hear, but the message again is it's empowering information, because what you get in your reality, it's up to you. You can change if you change your energy, then you change your reality and you change what you are an attraction point for. So I hope that helps, Maya.
She says, I've been going through a major career change in the last 6 months. Been trying for a job I really wanted for a long time. In the position I'm training for, but I want to get back in for that position that I'm technically certified in. Will it happen, or will it happen, or with a similar company? I did resign with that company recently.
What was the name of this person?
Shane. S-H.
Yeah. So your sound went very peculiar on that question, Corey. So I didn't hear a lot.
I'll read it again then.
Yeah.
Okay, says, I've been going through a major career change in the last 6 months. Been trying for a job I really wanted for a long time. I got into the company, but not the position I'm trained for. But I want to get back in for that position and that I'm technically certified in. Will it happen, or with a similar company? I did resign with that company recently.
Okay. So a lot of you are asking future time questions as though your life is fated and circumstances outside of you are happening to you, and that is not the case. And so
playing from desktop 91.
While I'm looking at these future time questions for you, I really want to embed the idea that you create your own reality. So let's take a look at Shane. Well, and again, what I'm seeing is you've got your eye on the goal. This is what I want. And you can have what you want, and it really depends on your level of belief that you can have it. So I'm seeing that you're looking at it, you're wanting it, you're focused on it, and the higher part of your being has a laser beam sort of tractoring, pulling you towards that future reality. And then I'm seeing the embodied version of you, a bit more confused, and a bit less focused. And you're showing me this image almost like turning around on your tail, spinning around on your tail. So it looks like maybe it's some of that mind talk, you know, when we go, oh, well, I'm trained for this and I should be doing that, but I'm doing this and I don't like this as much. And I really wish I was doing that, but I'm not, you know, I wish I was doing that, but I'm doing, you know, something like that, that's going round and round and round. It's not helping you. So it just believe in yourself, stay focused on your goals, and the physical reality will then catch up with the spiritual reality. But if you put obstacles in your way, like negative mental patterns, then it will take longer. All right, so that was for Shane, and I hope that helped.
And now it's time for break again.
That's right.
For a few seconds.
We'll be back after a few messages. Welcome back. You're tuning into Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Lesley, and we're talking about all sorts of things under the sun because we're answering questions for our listeners. So on to the next question. Okay.
And this is from Shelby. Shelby says, what direction should I take to get a career that helps pay the bills, that is in alignment with my special gifts?
Well, okie dokie. So that's an opportunity for me to talk about my psychic ability blueprint reading. So if you haven't had a psychic ability blueprint reading yet, consider it, because that looks at your unique spiritual gifts, your unique profile of intuitive abilities, and how that relates to your life purpose. And it gives really, really great insights about this question. And that session is a 90-minute session, one-on-one with me. And it's really, really, really good. So to answer that question on the radio show in a short snippet, we'll do our best. So give me a moment. So Shelby. Well, the short answer that comes up is do what you love. Do what you love. I'm seeing that it looks to me like there are some things that you're passionate about. It looks like you're kind of into this intuitive stuff to me as well. Like looks like you're potentially pretty psychic yourself. You've got a really bright sixth chakra. But I'm seeing that it's like not allowing yourself or not believing you can have what you want because of some programming around the financial part of it and what pays the bills. And this is a little bit of more intellectual information, but they've done studies on MBA students, and they've looked at what the group that says when they leave, you know, what you're going to do. I'm just going to go for the highest paying job. I'm just going to go for the money. And then the other ones that say, I just want to do what I feel passionate about. And when they've tracked those people later on in their careers, the ones that are actually making more money are the ones that followed their passion, not the ones who said, I'm going after the money. So what comes up is to just say, if you go after your passion, you can't fail. Do what you love, and eventually everything else falls into place. That's my answer to that one.
Very good. So this is from Kokiri Moon. How can I be more clear? How can I be a more clear channel for the divine and fully realize my divine gifts?
ground more. And it's funny what comes up to say. It sounds funny. Mind your own business, and I'll explain what I mean by that. What you're showing me is from your second chakra, you're sending out second chakra cords to people. So maybe you describe yourself as an empath, and you're good at tuning into how other people are feeling. But I'm seeing the way that you're doing it is invading their space, and it's not based on a clean reading. So it's sort of like, in order to get information on another person, you're grounding to them emotionally, instead of owning your own space, grounding to the center of the earth, and then using your psychic abilities while to read their energy. Because you can read somebody's energy without joining or merging with their energy and without penetrating their energy. So that's what comes up to say is to be aware of what you're doing with your energy, and to be much more grounded and respect the energetic space of other people. That's what I see. And I teach people how to do that, by the way. I teach people how to do a clean reading and a clean healing without blending your energy with somebody else. So check out all the courses on my website, because there's a ton of courses, starting with Unlock Your Intuition and then progressing to other courses. And it teaches you the most ethical and clean and respectful way of doing readings and healings. Okay.
From Legia, she says, I don't know if you connect with people who have passed away, but I asked my grandfather to send me a specific sign, letting me know that he is with me. Do you think that he heard me?
Well, he definitely heard you. Well, he definitely heard you, and I'm seeing him. The word might be overlighting you. So I'm seeing his energy being present and aware of you and what you're doing and what you're going through. He's in an expanded state beyond the individuated personality that you knew when he was alive. But you're still sort of committed to each other, I guess. I see his vibration being quite high, actually. It's kind of like a silvery vibration. What else? That's it, really. I've just let go of the prove it to me. And also, to tune into your own intuition about it. If you were here at the beginning of the show, we did a meditation where we grounded and we centered. And so it looks like if you ground and you center, it's like putting up your antenna, and you'll be more able to connect with his energy and tune into his energy than in your normal state that you might go about your life as. So I'm seeing he's there, and I'm just seeing there are some things that you could do to be more sensitive and be able to tune into his energy yourself. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. This is from Susan. Susan says, would you be able to give me an insight on how I should be doing more to have my goals realized?
Okay. Are you working towards your goals in a team of people, Susan? I'm seeing another 2 energies besides your own. And it's all connecting at the 3rd chakra. It's kind of interesting. So if you can, write and tell me if you're in a team of people working towards your goals or not. Because I'm not sure whether these other energies are team members in physical bodies, or whether they might be some level of guidance. It's an interesting energy configuration that it's odd that it's tapping into your 3rd chakra. What else can we see? Again, it's the same. It's also, I'm also almost seeing the energy stops at the 3rd chakra. And so to make things happen in physical reality, it needs to come all the way down to the 1st chakra. You need to be grounded. Otherwise, it stays in the realm of mental energy and ideas. So to ground more is going to help you realize your goals in physical reality. And yeah, some reason the energy is all on the mental plane and above. Okay, if she writes a bit more information, I might have a bit more detail.
There's no.
No, okay. Otherwise, we shall move on.
Romero, I always wondered if I had a past life. Can you provide an insight?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you, you've had lots of past lives, not just one. One that comes up is as a settler in the New World. And to me, it looks more like Canada than the United States. And it looks like a female body. And it looks like somewhere actually like Saskatchewan, because it's in the wheat belt, or that area where people grow a lot of things like wheat. But so I'm seeing you be in a female body and a settler and a homesteader, and you know, working on a farm is what I'm seeing in that past life.
Okay, so Susan replied. She says no, she doesn't work with people. But my mom is on a spiritual journey as well, so she may be the other energy that you're sensing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think so. But it reminds me of that other lady I read earlier. I think the one that was called Moon, where her energy was so you and your mum's energy is quite connected, and you might want to make energetic separations from your mum so that you can have your own distinct journey and she can have her own distinct journey. That's another suggestion. But it does look like a parallel journey. You know, it does look like you're on the same wavelength and you're kind of moving forward together in similar ways. Okie dokie.
Okay, this is from Vaslava. It says, could you reflect on young people who suffer from an eating disorder? Especially, do you think bulimia seems very difficult to treat? Can bulimia be treated with spiritual tools, especially when one is young and doesn't remember their own trauma?
Well, thanks for that question. I'll just mention I'm not a medical doctor or a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist. I'm looking purely from a spiritual perspective when I answer this question, and I would never prescribe any kind of form of medical treatment because that's not my role. But let's take a look. Well, what's coming up is that, and I think every case would have an individual level, but as a collective level, that it's to do with, I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I can't take any more in. It's a rejection of, it's just like, that's it. I can't. So I can see how it could be linked to trauma in that way, you know, because I've had enough. I can't take any more. And so, you know, without seeming control on what's going on in the external environment, having control on what's going into the internal environment. And of course, the answer is whatever pathway you choose to do it is to own the trauma and clear the trauma. And I am seeing in that particular group of people that you're right, that there is a level of, there is a level of resistance. And I'm just looking at, I mean, I think it's not impossible, just like whatever methods you might use to work with somebody. I'm seeing that spiritual tools can work, but no matter what approach you're taking, it depends on that person and how willing they are to change. And I am seeing that with a lot of them, it's very entrenched to put up a huge barrier. I'm just looking at the energy of it a bit more if I'm a bit quiet. So I mean, one big thing is to realize they are not their pain, they are not their trauma, they are not their, you know, all of the things they might be identifying with is not who they are. Those are experiences and energies that they have accumulated in their energy field. But I am saying it's a tough go, and some of them will take it to the grave with them, right, without changing. But so it really depends on the openness of the individual, let's put it that way.
Well, that's it for the week, Dr. Lesley.
Great.
Another show.
Well, thank you, everybody. And we will be back next week. And we might be doing the same thing next week. It's kind of fun.
We might we?
We might.
Okay.
I might start adding some meditations at the beginning, though.
Okay. Bye-bye now, folks.